Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In this episode of our series Heights of Himachal, we will take you through our journey from Kalpa to Tabo, passing through Nako and Gyu. See these fascinating views from the balcony of Hotel Kalpa Mansion. Early in the morning, the clouds cleared, giving us a magnificent view of the Kailash range. We saw plenty of apples in the orchards that surround our hotel. The fruits will be ready for consumption in a couple of months. Our first destination, Nako, which is 98 kilometers from Kalpa, will take us about 2.5 hours. On the way, KK stopped the car beside Kasang Setu or Kasang Bridge. We enjoyed the waterfall behind the bridge. Water that gushed down the mountain in full force merged into the Baspa river on the other side of the road. In Nako, we will visit Nako Lake and Nako Monastery, from where we will drive to Gyu Monastery. From Gyu, we will drive straight to Tabo, where we will stay for a night. Today, we will exit Kinnaur district and enter our actual destination, which is Lahaul and Spiti Valley. Later, we stopped at another huge bridge, Sangam at Khab. We spent some time walking up and down the bridge, enjoying the pleasant breeze. Here we saw the confluence of two rivers, Satluj and Spiti. We visited a dhaba on one side of the bridge. The idea was to have some piping hot tea, but who can say no to masala Maggi in a Himachali setting? So we enjoyed some hot Maggi omelets and tasty chai. On the way, KK pulled over the car. When we looked out of the window, we saw an amazing sight. We walked to the spot where several flags were tied together. They fluttered violently, blown by the strong winds, and they looked beautiful. We have reached the popular and adventurous Maling Nala, which is close to Nako. This very dangerous high mountain pass is at an elevation of 3,875 meters. Landslides are very common here. That, plus the stream of water, makes it one of the most challenging stretches of roads. The reason KK had suggested an early departure from Kalpa was to cross this Nala before the water level swells up. We then resumed on our journey to Nako. Nako in Kinnaur district is at an elevation of 3,625 meters. We walked down several concrete steps, which made the climb on the return very strenuous. But the lake itself was very beautiful. The climb up and down was all worth it. With tall willow trees on three sides of the serene lake and Nako village bordering it on one side, the view was mesmerizing. Now it is forbidden to wade into the lake, swim or bathe in it, since the lake is sacred to the local people. It is said that Lord Padmasambhava had meditated here. There are 4 Tibetan temples near the lake and a beautiful waterfall too, which we did not visit. We were gasping after climbing up the steps. When we had regained our composure, we got into the car and drove the short distance to Nako Monastery. This ancient monastery was built in the 11th century. We could not visit the inner hall since prayer session was in progress, but this monastery is very beautiful. We had lunch close by at Somang Dhaba. The place was packed with tourists. We had to wait long to get a table. The food was very good though. We enjoyed hot and tasty momos and noodles. After lunch, we were on our way to our next destination, the much awaited Gyu Monastery, where we would soon be seeing India's only mummy. It took us about an hour to drive the 40 odd kilometers from Nako to Gyu village. On the way, we saw what is called Black River owing to the color of the water. The river flowed along the road to Gyu for quite some distance. KK told us something which we initially found difficult to believe. He asked us to check our mobile phones. He said the time zones would change. The time on the mobile phone did change. We were so close to the Indo-China border. We paid entry fees of just 20 rupees per person at Gyu Monastery. The car drives right up to the monastery, so we did not have to walk or climb up the small hillock on which the monastery is perched. This, by far, is the best structure we saw on our trip. The building is painted deep red with golden and colorful designs. Not very far from the main complex is a smaller structure that houses the mummy of Buddhist saint Sangha Tenzingji. India's only mummy, which we saw in a sitting position, is believed to be 500 years old. The views of the hills around and the aerial views of Diu village were breathtaking. We drove through the village once again, and soon we were on the road to Tabo. Spiti Valley is nestled in the northeastern part of Himachal Pradesh. Spiti means the middle land between India and Tibet. Its border starts at Samdo village near the Indo-China border, which is about 10 kilometers from Diu and 74 kilometers from Kaza. KK claimed he will show us Chandigarh inside Spiti Valley. We thought he was joking, but no, he parked the car at a spot and there was Sector 13 of Chandigarh right inside Himachal Spiti. Fun fact, Sector 13 is not there in the actual Chandigarh because here is where it lies. We saw a stark difference in the topography after entering Spiti Valley. The mountains here are barren brown, devoid of vegetation, unlike the green mountains of Kinnaur we have left behind. But the mountains and the scenes in Spiti are also very beautiful. The drive to Tabo kept getting more and more beautiful. And before we realized, we reached Tabo village and drove straight to our resort on the far end of the town. Tabo monastery was just a short walk from our resort. Since it was closed, we decided to visit it the following morning. This is Spiti Madhat resort. The cottages were cute and spacious. The rooms were cozy with a comfortable bed and a clean toilet. The food was awesome and the service was very personalized and efficient. We recommend this property. It was one of the best in our entire tour. After a sumptuous dinner, we hit the bed early so as to recharge for the next day, which would be loaded with many sites of Spiti Valley to be explored. Stay connected, friends, and don't miss our upcoming videos. The actual Spiti Valley excitement is yet to begin. Thanks for watching this video.